So after a few days into the night shift, AJ had found some benefits to working the graveyard shift. He had all day to sow the seeds of his flourishing youth, and while everybody else was sleeping, he was getting a day ahead. That was what AJ thought a few days into the graveyard shift. Our story moves ahead to after a few weeks on the night shift. AJ was discovering the health benefits of regular sleep and living proof of the consequences of neglecting the art of achieving regular sleep. His neighbor was intent on restoring a 1957 Ford Ranger to optimum condition, a project heading into its second decade. But progress was being made. The old truck was being cranked and run at full velocity in alternate periods of most every day and twice on Sunday. So getting his minimum daily requirement of shut-eye was enhanced by a chance encounter with an old running buddy from way back. Let's just call him, let's just forget him, because he wasn't much help to AJ, except he offered him the opportunity to spend the day at his crib so he could catch some winks. Well, it seems our friend liked to mix and partake of exotic mushrooms. He used them to make tea, so AJ was due in for duty at produce night shift. Running a tad behind, he grabbed some of that exotic tea, on account he still felt groggy. The night at produce was routine. All AJ had to do was stack some grape crates and sanitize the prep room. Stacking the crates of grapes from a variety of tropical locations went well until AJ noticed he was seeing three of everything. And needless to say, the crate stacking took a strange turn. It took long enough for a rather unusual spider to emerge from the nestled comfort of the crate. The spider was thirsty. So he found him something to sip on right there at the cleaning station. Apparently, certain tropical spiders have strange reactions to cleaning compounds. The spider started to grow rapidly. Within a matter of moments, it tripled in size, and soon it was the size of a small dog. And then a big dog. But it wasn't a dog, it was a spider from a rainforest. And AJ was seeing three of them. Now, AJ didn't run from danger, and he didn't run from these spiders neither. He didn't run from these spiders. So AJ was seeing three of them now, and he didn't run from danger, and he didn't run from the spiders, but he couldn't run from the mess he was making out of that prep room. It was never a fair fight. But the spider kept growing. The spider kept growing in size and capacity. The spider was spitting flames of a greenish nature. The spider was angry, capable, and inspired. AJ fought valiantly, using all the knives around the prep room and hurling anything and everything at the growing monstrosity. The spider was still expanding. And fighting. To the wee hours and into the early morn, the two gladiators battled. The spider was about to crack the ceiling. The sprinklers had come on. The alarms were ringing everywhere. If this contagion escaped the building, who knows what would happen? It was still growing. The spider was still growing and still snarling. The spider had gotten an attitude. It was mocking AJ and laughing and still growing. Desperate now. Desperate now for sure. AJ knew the spider could not be allowed to get away. In a desperate moment, AJ hurled his last available weapon, and desperately he tossed the thermos of mushroom tea high and hard, and the cocky spider grabbed it with a huge tentacle. The spider stared at AJ and drank the tea and laughed. The spider was almost crashing the walls and the ceiling with his unchecked metabolism. The moment the spider drank that mushroom tea, he began to halter. He began to stumble and started shrinking like the air out of a balloon. Within moments, the spider was reduced to normal size. The very same moment that the fire department, the police department, and the store managers and even the mayor had walked in to that prep room. And the explanation was considered insufficient.